So I bought the Sony XM5's last Thursday at Best Buy. I immediately set them up. Battery was at 60%. I did a workout. Fast forward a week, more than a week later, and my battery is still at 26%. I have not charged these headphones since I bought them at all. I don't even know what it's like to charge them. I've never plugged them up to charge them yet. That battery life is crazy. And some of you might be used to the whole crazy battery life and everything, but I've never really owned any expensive over-ear headphones. I've had some other ones that had pretty good battery life as well, but they didn't have all these features. Battery life's great, better than the AirPods Maxes, and I think that's mostly because the AirPods Max don't really go off, at least at the time I used them, they didn't. They always had the sleep mode feature or something like that. But yeah, it's only been a week, so I can't give you like a full review or anything like that, but I can tell you some likes and some dislikes, things that I've noticed so far. All right, so the things that I like: the audio modes, transparency mode, the noise cancellation sound great to me. I've seen some complaints about people saying that the transparency mode and the noise cancellation modes aren't as good as they should be. I don't know if they're comparing them to last year's headphones, which I can't because I never had the XM4s, but I can compare them to the Maxes. And I will say the Max's transparency mode is way stronger than the XM5's, but the Max's transparency mode and the noise cancellation are extreme to me. They don't feel natural, and they're kind of uncomfortable at times. So I really never use noise cancellation with the AirPods Maxes because I always felt like I was on an airplane. I don't like that feeling. I want to just jam out and enjoy my headphones. I don't mind outside sound anyway, to be honest, as long as I can hear the music. That's all that matters. So yeah, with these, considering they're not as strong as the Maxes, they feel much more natural in my opinion and much more comfortable to use. I don't know how much people want to block out the world. It's that bad, like they want to just not hear, but to me, the noise cancellation mode is just fine. I have a car that's like 140,000 miles on it, and it doesn't sound great. It's pretty loud. In driving, I've tested the transparency mode and I could barely hear the car. I don't recommend doing that. I just did it for a brief second to see, you know, what the complaints were about, if the noise cancellation mode was really that bad. But to me, it's fine. Another thing I like, the audio quality. These things sound great, especially coming from the last headphones I was using. The Maxes I sold some time ago, so I've been using some fairly cheap headphones that sound okay, but they don't have that quality. And you could argue I'm just working out, maybe I don't need that great quality, but although I'm not an audiophile, I notice, you know, and having these, there's just little details in the music, and considering I make music, I can hear that I didn't hear before with the headphones I was using previously. So audio quality, great. And on top of that, there's a headphone app that Sony has that you can use to customize a lot of different modes in there. With those modes, there's a ton of different things you can do. You can customize the sound with like an EQ. They have a lot of presets with the EQ. And on top of that, these headphones have bass. All right, I grew up in the 90s where bass was a thing, man. We had cars that rattled. I like bass. I need some bass in my music. The AirPods Maxes, although they sounded really good, they had really good audio quality, not enough bass. Even when you try to do something with some type of EQ, bass just wasn't really hitting good. These, bass. All right, another thing I like, they're comfortable. If you're gonna wear something for an extended period of time, you want them to be comfortable. These, nice and comfortable, nice and cushy. I don't know how well these are gonna hold up over time because of this padding. That was one of the reasons I did like the Maxes, because they had the cups that were magnetic, and you can just swap them out, you know, get you a new pair, and if use one for working out and use the other for just when you're chilling at the crib. That's one thing I like. It was super easy to change. Though I heard with the XM4s, you could order replacement cups and stuff. So we'll see how easy that is and if it carried over to the XM5s. But overall, it's very nice, flexible construction. Like it doesn't feel like it's gonna break easy. They adjust well. They're nice. They're comfy. They're not bad at all, and they're super light. The AirPods Maxes, although with the mesh, they were really comfortable. I never had a problem wearing them. They were heavy because of that metal. That metal made those things heavy. These, you'll actually forget that they're on. They become an extension of you. You become one with the XM5s. The Maxes, maybe like if you're sitting still for a while, but the minute you turn your head, you remember you got some big ass headphones on your head. So overall construction build, I really like. Another thing that I like, these headphones come with a headphone jack. So if your battery dies, you can hook this to your phone or whatever device you're using and still use them without them being powered on. That's right. The audio quality is still good. What I did notice is they didn't seem to be as loud, but that might have more to do with the adapter that I was using for my my Fold, because you know we don't have headphone jacks on our phones anymore. So I think I just need a better adapter, but it's still a cool feature to have. And honestly, it really kind of reminded me of like the studio monitor headphones. You know, like it sounded good, but it wasn't too much. And that's going to come in handy for me because I make music anyway. So that's definitely a feature I'm going to take advantage of. Now, some things that I don't like: the construction and the build. They're super light. I like it. They're flexible. But I don't know, when it comes to things like this and they're plastic, like I'm way more scared that I'm going to break it. And it just doesn't feel as premium as something like the Max's with the metal construction. Those feel really strong, really sturdy. You don't feel like you're going to break them, but you also feel like you got quality. You know, something like this, they're super light with the plastic. They don't look cheap. They look nice. And they don't necessarily feel cheap, but you still kind of get that, you know, you just feel like things are more substantial when they're heavier. I don't know why, but I'm like that. Even with cell phones, I hate it when the cell phones are too light. That's why a lot of times I throw a case to make it a little heavier. I hate it when they're super light. I like a heavy cell phone. I don't know why, but I do. But don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying that they're gonna break easy. We're gonna test these over time. I've only had them a week, so I'm definitely gonna do a long term. I don't plan to sell these at all anytime soon. Another thing that I don't like is these barely fit. I have to wear them at the right angle because my head's smaller. I have a small hat size as well, so that's really not Sony's fault. And that's at the smallest setting. Like they can still extend way up here. It would look crazy trying to rack it like that. So as you see, there's a lot of space. There's a lot of room to grow. So I think this would do perfect for the majority of the population. You probably won't have any problems with these fitting if you decide to get them. That's pretty much it, guys. That is all I have to say about the XM5s for now. I'm actually going to go use them right now. I'm going to try to put in at least another 3 weeks to give you guys something a little more substantial on how well they hold up. And I think that's really just the biggest thing, because I'm going to be working out in them. And I know you're technically not supposed to, but I'm not a heavy sweater. I think I should be fine as long as I, you know, enough TLC. And then I'll report back to you guys on how well they hold up to the abuse of me working out in them and using them for recording music, etc. I'll be back at you guys with some more videos here real soon. Darnell B, this is Tech on My Dresser. Peace.